estate's like having an employee that never quits on you. We just completed another investor meetup right here in Orlando, Florida. And I know if you're watching this, you're probably not here. There has been so much collaboration behind me. And some of these individuals who made it today have got a new business partner, a new funding partner, a new deal in their back pocket, whatever it might be. That is the reason why you should be here, because every single Thursday, last Thursday, every single month, we're hosting this meetup for you guys to come. Make sure you tune in to everything that I'm putting out there for you guys, because I want you guys to be here at the last Thursday every month. DM me at The Real Javier Paredes, or go to my YouTube channel at The Real Javier Paredes. Make sure you like and subscribe, and click the description below if you want to be at the next meetup we have. See you on the other side.
Any market-specific thing. Some of the things about the markets today that make PadSplit kind of appealing, or very actually appealing, would be high interest rates, low inventory, as we all know, compressed yields for long-term rentals, saturation regulation for short-term rentals, and a lot of underwater flips. To be able to tell you a little bit more on PadSplit, I'll show you what PadSplit does. So going into it, what's CoLiving? Because everyone hears about it. Midterm rentals, CoLiving. This is the gist of it. PadSplit way, regular CoLiving way, and also long-term. When you're thinking long-term, you're renting out 4 rooms to a family. This has 3 baths, and you're making $2,000. The CoLiving way is, forget the family. There's a lot of people who need affordable housing. So now you rent the 4 rooms for $1,000. Now you're making $4,000 versus $2,000. Which one would you rather make as a rental property? Well, PadSplit now comes along and says, all right, fine. We're going to teach you to use that dining room and convert it to a bedroom. That's another $1,000. Let's go ahead and split this bigger room into 2 rooms, and let's take this common area and make it into a bedroom. Now you're making $7,000 instead of $2,000. And the reason why you're going to want to do that, in the way that it's a PadSplit way, is you want to eliminate common areas so that there's no friction in the house. There's less friction, less interactions, and you're multiplying what you're making so that now you're seeing higher returns with the purchase that you're making today. Now, why PadSplit? Because PadSplit isn't CoLiving. They're not the same thing. CoLiving, Jimmy rents rooms. That's CoLiving. You could rent outside of PadSplit. But why PadSplit? Well, PadSplit is essentially a technology company that's a two-sided marketplace. Two-sided marketplace, if you remove this and say, hey, Airbnb, what do they do for you? They find you people, they screen the people, well, they don't screen the people, but they collect the money, and they then provide residents. They have investors provide properties, and they have residents fill the properties. With PadSplit, we do a heck of a lot more full circles for the host and a heck of a lot more for the residents. Hey, what does PadSplit do for you? We have a lot of experience. We guide you through most of the process. I'll skip that too. Marketing, what does PadSplit do? $500,000 in marketing per month through Google, Facebook, YouTube. We also advertise on these famous sites that a lot of people like to use to market outside of PadSplit, and then we also send emails to people that are interested. Let's follow along.
Can I take a picture of that really quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, just a little research there.
Orlando market analysis, some information on Orlando, and I have a whole separate deck that talks on more analytics, but this is an updated view of Orlando today. We have 808 active rooms. We have 238 rooms coming up. There's 11,400 people searching in the last 30 days for room rentals. It's not a, fluke. It's for a reason, and I'll go over that in a second. Average room goes for $205 a week. Private bathrooms go for $266, and we have an 88% occupancy. Where should you be looking for PadSplits? Those are the hotels. That's not all the hotels, but that's kind of to give you an idea of areas where there's hotels. Why do you want hotels? Because they don't pay enough. $40,000 to $69,000. They have long-time jobs. They're not changing jobs. They get paid well. They have benefits. Those people live and die at those jobs, and they need housing. So find where there's hotels. Find where there's like theme parks, for example, massive job sites. This is a little bit of retail, a little bit of hospitality. I kind of point out a little bit of Oak Ridge and Tangelo Park, for example. Around Lake Nona, tons of jobs, Florida Mall. You're clearly not going to put a PadSplit in Lake Nona. They're going to run you out. But you could do Boggy Creek, you could do Hunters Creek, you could do Meadowwoods, you could do a bunch of areas. So that's just to give you more ideas. It's fun to live here. So This is a PadSplit standard room. If someone wants to take a picture of this, this is some of the required items that are here. I do go over it, but this is what's being taught to everybody. If you talk to a lot of people about PadSplit, obviously 8x10 room, obviously 2 points of egress, obviously full-size bed, 4-to-1 ratio for bathroom, bedroom, bath, 2-to-1 ratio for parking. Cool. This is how you make more money with that same house. If you add a private bathroom, and I'm not saying add it, but if you have one, it's $30 to $70 extra a week. A bigger bedroom would make you $10 to $15 extra a week. A bigger bed would make you $10 a week. Private entrance $5, and better neighborhood. Trust me, from let's say 32808 all the way up to Longwood, you're going to see a differential of $50 probably, $20 to $50 in weekly rates because cost of real estate goes higher, and on top of that, affordability in that area becomes harder. That is what our PadSplit room looks like, and because of all these features, we're seeing a multiplier in what we're charging our properties. So I'll go quick about it. This is the market report of Orlando, and it's going to reiterate some stuff. I will say a lot of the important stuff is understanding your market. There's similar bits of PadSplit data. You're looking at an attainable occupancy of 90%. What's the difference? I just finished saying 88% for current market, 90% attainable. We've been in market for almost 3 years, and the median average cost is $200, but what it shows on there is $205. And your first booking in 7.5 days. And average monthly dues by metro, we are actually fairly high. Miami at $300 a week is clearly going to be more expensive. We just started doing New York, and New York is seeing $500 a week.
I'm undercharged.
Which is $2,000.
Sorry.
And that's the cheaper rooms. Monthly rooms for rent under Google, it's actually one of the highest markets that we have. And this shows you what rental, median rent $1,600. There's some more stuff, but blah, blah, blah.